like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
What is school for? Feel free to call me slow, but I spent 16 years going to school, and I still don't know. When I finished, I didn't know how to do my own taxes, purchase a home, or apply for a loan. I didn't know a thing about investments, building credit, or getting a job. I graduated at the top of my class, and what did I have? This fancy diploma to sit at home with my mom. But luckily, they did teach me some important skills like factoring trinomials and how mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I'm so happy I remember the Pythagorean theorem, because it helped me a lot. Okay, I'm lying. Let me stop. Because all the stuff they taught me, truthfully, I forgot. Mom, remember when you would ask me, what did you learn in school today? And I would say, nothing much. I wasn't being modest. The truth about it, Mom, is I had already forgotten. And it's not just me. Millions of students sing the same song. How many of you guys avoid eye contact with the teacher to try not to get caught upon? Afraid to raise your hand for fear of being wrong, which proves that school isn't an environment for learning or building up the intellect. It's just a game you play for grades and how many A's you can collect. But I guess what do you expect when the most commonly asked question in class is this gonna be on the test? Is this gonna be on the test? See, if school put learning instead of testing and memorizing as the top standard, then the letter F would not stand for failure. It would stand for find another answer. And if school was really interested in our personal and academic success, students would wake up later, have more freedom, and homework a lot less. And that's not my opinion. This conclusion has been scientifically tested and proven. And any teacher that doesn't believe me, feel free to check my works cited page to inspect. Oh, and I did it in MLA format because I know that's all you will accept. See, students would get more benefit from an extra hour of sleep than putting them through the torture of an extra essay, reading 150 pages, doing problems 1 through 60 on the worksheet, and having 3 projects due by the end of the week. Not only is it pointless pain, but it's also dim-witted, because we get so much work, but they don't teach the time management skills to deal with it. See, in school, we are controlled by bells. We have to learn in rooms with the feng shui of a prison cell. We have to ask permission to relieve bodily functions, but not before the teacher asks a million questions like, why didn't you go before class? I'm sorry, my bladder is kind of on its own schedule and it's not always timely. See, teachers always say, use your time wisely. But that never made sense to me. Because these 6 cruel hours of our lives we call school might literally be the worst use of time management ever in history. Think about it. The traditional teaching method is foolish. No, it's useless, multiplied by the square root of stupid. What they do is they cram information in your head, force feeding you, and then you throw it up on the test. That's not education. That's bulimia. And the more bulimic you are, the better you will do on their assessments. So it's no wonder why so many students graduate mentally and emotionally anorexic. See, school teaches you how to memorize dots. True education should teach you how to connect them. True education teaches you how to catch a fish. School teaches you, yeah, you caught the fish, but you didn't show your work, so it doesn't count. Throw it back. I'm just asking, what is school for? It's not education. That's just not true. If you still think that, you might be sniffing glue. See, the word education comes from the Latin root educe, meaning bring out, i.e. bring the gifts out of a person and make them viable. But school doesn't bring out much. It just stuffs more facts inside of you. Now, some of that stuff is justifiable. We need reading, writing, and some arithmetic. That's fair. But are you telling me metamorphic and igneous rocks are more important than self-care? If suicide is the third leading cause of death of ages 10 to 24, and Harvard studies suggest the biggest predictor for success is self-control and emotional health, then why the heck aren't we taught how to handle stress, bullies, or rejection? How about anxiety or depression? You know, skills we need for our entire lives. Bro, I don't even know how to cook. I'm honestly surprised I'm still alive. But hey, at least I can name all the battles that happened in the Civil War. Seriously, what is school for? Some say you need it to be successful, and that's something we do not doubt. But do you own a MacBook or iPhone? Did you know they both were created by a dropout? Are you watching this video on Facebook or YouTube? Doesn't matter which you choose, they both were created by dropouts. Ever use Snapchat, WhatsApp, shopped at Whole Foods? Well, thank a dropout. Does your home furniture come from IKEA? Okay, don't get the wrong idea. He was not a dropout. Don't be a fool. I mean, how could he drop out? Ingvar Kamprad, founder of IKEA, never even went to school. I know what you're thinking. He's just picking and choosing. There's millions who didn't go to school that aren't successful. Who is he fooling? And you're right. But open your history books and start perusing. You'll find the very people we idolize in school never really had formal and/or secondary schooling. I'm talking George Washington, Abe Lincoln. America's best presidents had zero school between them. Ben Franklin, Thomas Edison, shall I proceed? Ernest Hemingway, Mark Twain, Teddy Roosevelt, Margaret Mead. Now please, I'm not saying drop out, because some schools are great and many teachers are rare treasures. I'm saying that there's a difference between people who are smart and people who score better. I'm saying that your future is something that no test will ever measure. Even if that test begins in 3 letters like SAT, ACT, it's BS if they say those determine your LIFE. No, your destiny is in your hands. You must shape it to be great. So don't expect school to open doors, because it's more likely to slam them in your face. Sometimes I wonder about all the dreams lost in school and how much potential goes to waste. If it wasn't for music and YouTube, then I would have been just another lost case. Everybody watching this, please, close your eyes. Imagine a child sitting in the back of some teacher's class in some town. He never raises his hand, he fails most of his classes, but inside of him, there is a passion. And if nurtured and brought out, will lead him to discover the cure for cancer. But you see, I'm afraid that child's gift will never come out. He will never win the Nobel Prize award because in class he was ignored and his worth was judged only by his scores. So teachers, principals, parents, advisors, and students, I ask one more time, what is school for? Hey guys, what's up? My name is Prince EA, and I want to thank you for watching that video. And now I just have one question left. What is school for? Don't you think it's time that we answer this question together? If you are a teacher, a parent, or a student, I urge you to check out the Innovation Playlist. What is the playlist? It is a program that any school can try for free. It's based on the best practices from educators around the world, and through its small steps, it can lead to big changes in your school. Go to innovationplaylist.org to learn more. Peace.
Okay. Can you hear me good, Doc?
Yes, sir. Yes, we can.
That was our first subject for the night. Good thing we played that because we got everybody late tonight, you know, and everybody is not on time. We welcome everybody. Somebody said they're watching from Georgia. Okay. Um, we The reason I played that was because they had a meeting a couple of weeks ago, and they had all the school system people. They had the mayor. They should have had all the mayors where schools are at um, in Chatham County, but for some reason they forgot all the other ones. Um, but students are missing school in record numbers, and it ain't just here in Chatham County; it's all across the whole country, and it's all across the state of Georgia. We know that is prevalent across the state of Georgia. So, and we got to figure out what, why are these students so unattached nowadays? They don't go to school. Most of them parents aren't making them go to school. The school system, I don't know what the hell they're doing. We probably need to find out, but they got some truancy laws, and they got truancy policies that somebody needs to follow, and it's not being followed. If you got students out every day and students not going to school, hell, my own godchild, she one of them, but she's just my godchild. She's not my child, you know. So we got to see how we can fix this. What do you think are some of the solutions?
Well, I'm gonna say the video is an excellent video. And so I was sitting there and I was checking it out, and I was like saying, "Oh my God, this sounds like me." This is some of the stuff that I was saying to colleges and saying that what happened, people get caught up into being bureaucrats and technocrats. And so that's all it is. And then they go and throw out saying that this is a formula that you got to use. And I'm like saying that formula is outdated. That formula does not work, and it does not tap the power within people. I had this criticism that was insane by someone. They said that he gives out a lot of aids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I said to them, I'm looking at them like, what? I'm like, and that's a criticism. He gives out a lot of aids. I'm like, you don't know what I do behind the scenes to help them get the aid. That I wind up doing stuff that I don't really want to do. But my job, as I said, that it is not my job to fail you. And that's what I tell folks. I say, teachers, I'm like saying people say, call themselves educators, regardless of what realm, that I'm like, it's not your job to fail people. And that's what some of them get a kick out of failing people. And, you know, and I'm just going to put it out there. It is tied to racism. It's tied to income level of people. Because again, you know, that here go people, if people not like you, then they get a kick out, basically diminishing the opportunities for folks. And so, like I tell them, I said, listen here, I had this one brother, he was like in college, and he put it out there. He said the first A I got in college was in Jamal's class, and I was going to drop out of college. But when I got that A, that then told me I can't do this. And this brother then graduate and then goes on to get his master's. But here it was, these other folks that, again, they had beaten this brother down psychologically. And they do this to a whole bunch of our people, a whole bunch of our children. And I tell folks, y'all talk about bullying. Guess what? Guess who the greatest bullies in schools are? It's the administrators and the teachers and the faculty members. They're the greatest bullies because they not have the power of that pen or to be able to type that grade. And so they can intimidate you. And so that's why if you're not in line with them, my people know, I tell them straight up, we be in class, they can cuss, they can scream, they can holler, all that, and we do it. We going back and forth, but we are not having, in the point that brother, I said that's an excellent video, because what I did when I was at one of the universities here, I put down there, the first thing I gave them, I said, educere. And what is educere? That's one of the origins of the word education. And what it means to bring forth, to bring out. I said, what you're supposed to be doing, if you are an educator, you're supposed to bring out of them. You're supposed to bring the greatness out of them. You're supposed to bring that out of them. That's why I tell my people, I said, I see greatness in each one of you. I said, you might not see the greatness, but I see the greatness in you. And so that's what it is. When y'all talk about y'all Latin and all the stuff like that. So here you go, educators not even bringing stuff out of the people. So then you try to figure out what's wrong. I'm like, y'all ain't doing nothing to bring it out of them. And so you got to meet them where they are. And I said this to at another college, university I was at. I said to them, I say, y'all got y'all degrees, y'all all up here like this, and then y'all say y'all can't understand these students. I said some of them come from some of the poorest educational systems in the state of Georgia. And if you are so intelligent, that means that you should be so intelligent that you can come down to their level, then bring them up. And so that's when I had one of these professors say to me, talking about, like, yes, that's fine. But, and I'm like, saying, listen here. I said, meet them where they are if you are intelligent. But we make excuses as a system. Now, I'm saying a system makes excuses, and then you train these people. So then you have your principals, your doctors, your teachers, your superintendents, all of them still spitting out the same madness and the foolishness. That's why they're not in school, because you ain't doing nothing to touch who they are, to reach them. And then we try to figure this out, talking about African Americans, how they talk about, some of them going to tell you, I don't hear anything good about me in school. Why am I going to go to a place every day and be browbeaten, beaten up, beaten down, made to feel small every day? What you should be doing, you should make the environment such that they want to go to school, that it's so exciting that they want to go to school. But guess what? I can still go on, but I'm like saying, you do nothing to bring it out of them, to bring the greatness out of them. Instead, you punish them and you beat on them and you psychologically bring them down.
And you were exactly right. You're not there to fail a student. You're there to educate a student. You're not there to see to his demise. You're there to make sure that he rises. And that's one of the things. That's why every time I see you out in the city, wherever we are, and the students just love you because they love learning from you. If you make education fun, then they'll come and they'll want to learn. It's the same thing I said about being in police work. Your job was to protect and to serve, not to cite and arrest. You didn't go to work every day to cite and arrest. You was there to protect and to serve first. That's your first order, is to protect and to serve. So it correlates with that, because you got to know what you're there for. If you know that you're there to educate those students, and those students are going to get that education from you, and and that's what your main job is. See, you got professors now. I was on one of my interns was here, and she was over here working. No, it was Chris, and he was over here working. Chris, two benches. He was over here working, but he had an online class. They had class online that day, and the professor was this Indian professor. You could tell he couldn't talk good English, and he was mean as hell, and he was frustrating the kid. And this is a great kid, smart as hell, And I could see the frustration in him, because the man didn't want to, he didn't give, And he tell him, well, how do I do this? And the man was just so short with him. He was mean to him. And you can't do that to a child, because you leaving an impression on him that we don't want to help, and we need more teachers like you. Matter of fact, we need more Black male teachers who can instill discipline. If you're going to say that our kids are the problem, if that's what you're saying, that our kids are the problem, then recruit Black males to go in there and be figureheads to be role models for them. And that's just part of the thing. My son teaches at Georgetown right now, and they're I think they call it looping him in. He's his 7th grade class. He has to follow them to 8th. That's because they respect him and they listen to him, but they don't respect other people and listen to him. So you know part of the problem, so you know what to do. So why aren't you doing it?
I'm gonna give you two examples of something, and that's what you're talking about. Is that when you know who the people are, that people in the class, you don't you. And again, I'm gonna back up on something that one of the great political scientists who taught at University of Georgia, and I'm gonna say Bullock, I won't say Charles Bullock, I think he's still there at UGA. And what some people said, they say in Bullock class, and everybody Bullock, you got these large classes, but Bullock, they say what he would do, he will start out not talking and lecturing. He go around and say, "Hey, Julius, how was that game? How them Chiefs did, Julius? Hey, Marjorie, what do you think about that cupcake that was on such and so?" He's not asking and engaging and having this. And here go this man that someone they put up on the pedestal, but he's like saying, "Yo, I'm just being real. I'm just talking to the people. That why even my people, I'm gonna know who you are." And I had this example where this one system, she did not come, she stopped coming to classes and all that. And so what then occurs, eventually, me and that sister talked, her grandmama had passed. So what I do, I said, this what's gonna happen. I need you to go and make up this work right here. Bam, and we gonna work it on out. I said, but I'm putting the ball in your court. I'm putting the ball in your court. You do this makeup work. That sister then did the work, and then later on she told other people, she said, "You know what? He was the only professor to be concerned about me when I told my grandmother had passed. Everybody else is like, you can't do it, you can't do it." But he did that. Then I had this brother last year that his father has cancer. Elderly father has cancer. So it's him, his mother, and his elderly father. Mother elderly also. The brother comes to me and said, "I can't come to class. I'm missing class. My daddy got cancer. His cancer's come back." I said, "Listen, the most important thing you could do right now is be there for your father." I said, "I email this stuff out. Take care of the stuff that I email out to you. Do that, get it to me, bam." And so the brother then contacts me in the summer and said, "My father passed away, but I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your consideration that you showed me. And I'm going to come back next year, and I'm looking forward to seeing you." And so I then sent that to some people at the university, and they try to tell me, we all do that. I'm like, I ain't saying it to them. I'm like, hell no, y'all don't. I see the stuff and I observe the stuff. I'm like, y'all are incorrect with the God. They lack compassion. So Julie, what the deal is, they have no compassion for other people, but want compassion for them. I'm like, that's absolutely hypocritical. You are beating people down. And so this is say this right here to folks too. Like, yeah, I'm like, I tell folks, it's not my job to fail you. You will fail you. I'm gonna give you the opportunities to keep that grade up high. But if you decide to fail yourself, guess what? My heart is clean. My conscience is clean. Say that I'll give you the opportunities. And I had someone who come and say that. They say, "You know what? You gave me this makeup work to do. You told me I could do it, but it was all on me." And I said, "I respect your honesty. So guess what? You're gonna get what you get." But I respect that. And that's why I say it's about character. My thing always it's about developing character. Our schools are not developing character. And when I say that's not all teachers, but it's a whole bunch of them, it's just a job. It's like 7 to 3 or 8 to 4, and that's it. Or it's just you got classes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and that's it. And you're more concerned about your salary, but not concerned about raising up these young people that got to become our leaders of tomorrow. Oh, excuse me. People going to correct me on that. They're going to say, "Jamal, you always tell us that we're not leaders of tomorrow. We're leaders of today." They're leaders of today, but they have to go through the minefield of dealing with other people like myself that was in the same profession. It is ridiculous. I'm looking at administrators who are incompetent, professors who are incompetent, teachers who are incompetent. I'm like saying, and I used to tell them, I said, "Y'all know more than what your professors know. Y'all know more what your teachers know." And the day I was at Urban Mentoring Academy, guess what? I was with them young brothers and sisters, and I'm giving them stuff. And they like, look, and some of them, they were resistant at first, but then later on, they started buying into some of it. And I'm like saying to myself, this is exactly what they experienced in school. This is the same type of stuff they experience in school. So I'm saying, I gotta bring it out. I gotta bring it forward. As you said, I gotta bring it out of you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It means a whole lot to these kids to have somebody that relates to them instead of somebody that's talking down to them, who can talk to them. And when they start class, they're supposed to start with an A, not with an F to go up.
That's
Start with
right.
an A to
That's
come
right.
down.
That's right. That's right. That's
Everybody
right. That's
starts
right.
my class with an A. You start this class with an A. It's up to you to lose that A.
That's
Or,
right. That's right.
and that's just part of being the person that you want to see other people be. If you want to
That's
see
right.
people excel, and like you say, a lot of it is tied to racism. They don't want you to succeed, so they don't go beyond and above.
Right. That's right. That's
Mhm.
right. Absolutely. 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 And
Yeah.
if you one of the people doing the work to help the people, guess what? That don't apply to you. But you know that there are people around who are not doing the work. And then some people get all sensitive about that. I'm like saying, listen, if y'all go and criticize Alpha Phi Alpha, when I know Alpha Phi Alpha is not doing what Alpha Phi Alpha needs to do, guess what? I'm not sweating that with you about that. I'm like, yo, okay. But some of y'all get all sensitive and then y'all want to defend it. I'm not saying nobody on this platform right here, but it's the other people outside who are going to be looking at it later on that guess what? Y'all try to defend it. And then y'all get mad when people don't back down from you about not to letting y'all slide with that. No,
Mhm.
because you help damage this world right here. You help bring about the ignorance that's in this world. That's why you got people who are totally ignorant, who are in positions of leadership, because guess what? You just let them go by. You let them get a title.
Yep. Yep. Well, we're gonna go on to a commercial if Giovanna has it ready, and then we'll be back with our second subject.
Hi, I'm Katie Brewington and I'm running for Magistrate Court Judge. Magistrate Court is often called the People's Court because people represent themselves or are pro se litigants. Magistrate Court handles civil claims up to $15,000, dispossessory proceedings, pre-warrant applications, and good behavior bonds. I'm a great candidate for judge because I have the experience, compassion, and drive to get the job done. I have been a probation officer, a criminal defense attorney, a solicitor, and a municipal court judge, and I will take all of that experience to get the job done. So remember, vote Katie Brewington, May 21st, for Magistrate.
Okay.
My sinus is draining. That's what's going on. Though I had this up, and my sinus is draining.
Oh, I thought it was something else. Marcus said all systems are set up to keep people in place. They want them so that the people can continue to do what they're doing now. They're not going to change their system. It's up to us to create the systems that are going to create the success we as a community need and to change what we see. It's up to us as business owners and community leaders. You're absolutely correct. And that's what we try to do here. It is a lot. Go ahead.
I don't want to hear nothing from Marcus Jackson L. I don't want to hear nothing because you don't want to come on my show. I don't want to hear nothing from him. I can't hear him.
I don't know why he emailed the show yet. Got a lot of great information that he has, and he needs to come on. but y'all made me miss my chain of thought too.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. He was saying that we have to be the ones to make the change with what we want to see.
Yeah, we do. And that's what we do here at Our Black Media. We do that here, and we try to show the change that we want to see. We show that every day. It's a lot of things I see, and I don't get, and I'm really being real with this, what I'm about to say. I see a lot of people being recognized. I see a lot of people doing their thing. I stay in my lane. Now, if anybody or anything should be celebrated, it should be this platform for what we do in the community. It should be all the things that Our Black Media is doing. We got our own Roku station. Who else in Chatham County can say they got their own Roku station who's doing what we do? We got 4 or 5 magazines that we put out monthly. Who else in this county can say that they're doing that? A state can say that they're doing that. We got 20 plus shows on our platform. Who else can say that they got 20 plus shows on their platform? We're doing what we need to do, but we don't get the recognition. But we just got to keep striking the stone. It doesn't matter. If we cared about what they said, then, and we let it shut us down, then that would be one thing. We do what we do every day because we love doing it and because we feel an obligation to do it. We feel like we have a charge to keep, and that's what we go about every day trying to do. You got people that's being recognized all over the city, and you saying, you scratch your head saying, man, I'm doing 10 times that, but it's a lot of jealousy. It's a lot of clicks. It's a lot of things, but we just do what we do. And that's all we can do.
I just got to say, you forgot the most important thing.
What's that?
You got Charlie Brown. And everyone don't have that.
Everybody ain't got a Charlie Brown. We got Charlie Brown.
Say that again.
Right. Everybody can't have a Charlie Brown.
I heard what you're saying. You're absolutely right. First, I want to say, hello, boys. I don't know where the ladies at, but evidently the discussion tonight is pretty powerful. It's the truth. We're asking you to do us and yourself a big favor. We're giving you great information. Please share, call a friend, let them know about us. So we're going to have a great show tonight so far. I'm sorry, as always, a little late, but better late than not coming at all.
Jamal said he felt the prayer that you gave up for him, so
now,
no problem.
I asked Jamal to be nice. I've been very nice to him. He's a very, Jamal, don't start. He's a very kind man. So this community should be honored to have a man like him. And he got a lot of information. So let's go on with the show. Okay, my friends?
All right, we're going to go on to subject number 2. And right. Subject number, what's that subject number 2? Yeah, the subject number 2 was workforce shortages. Where are all the workers? Workforce shortages. Where are the people at? Why, when we go in all these places, we got to wait double what we used to wait, and they tell you, well, we don't have nobody to work. And then I was talking to 2 people today who told me they're looking for jobs. I said, what y'all looking at? I said, everybody needs somebody to work. So somebody ain't looking the right places, or these people ain't really trying to hire nobody.
Well, I I'm gonna tell you part of the problem, if you want to call it that. A lot of families are doubling up. When I say doubling up, you got 2 and 3 family members in the past had their own apartment. Things in this region here is so expensive to what's taking place. They live in one household. So some don't have to work. Only some of the others are working, and it's not as much pressure. Another thing, with the car companies are coming, and a lot of the higher paying jobs, like where my son work at, I always have a problem with what's the name? Amazon. They're hiring a lot of people. They start them off with $18 to $20 an hour. So in fast food, convenience stores, and things like that nature, they are not in line to go to work. The workforce is changing in Chatham County. And I think those are some of my opinions, some of the reasons. Like I say, 3 and 4 family live in one house. They were grown, had their own apartment. They can't afford it. They move back in, and there's not a lot of pressure. And they say, we're waiting on the car company to come. We done put in the application. They say, we're going to have a job. We already been hired. And so they're not looking for the $10 to $12 an hour job anymore. And I think that's what's happening. They might be moving to California where they're paying minimum wages of $20 an hour now.
Well, yeah, it is a problem, and I don't know whether they're going and doing, whether they moved up for a higher paying job, whether they went to DoorDash or Uber Eats or unemployment benefits. What is it that when you go into these restaurants, there's nobody there? Now, ain't that many people moving up. Ain't that many people got no self-employment where they are all working for themselves behind a computer these days. So it's got to be some other element involved, and we got to find out what that is, because I'm just flabbergasted about it. Every time you go any place, there's no workers.
Well, that's part of the reason, I think.
Jamal, what you see?
I'm going to say this first. Charlie Brown told me to shut, I'm saying to the whole world, Charlie Brown told me to shut up the other day on the telephone. I wasn't doing nothing. He just said, shut up, Jamal. I ain't had to say nothing. And said, Julius, put him out your house. So Julius put me out his house because Charlie Brown told. I ain't had to do nothing. I swear to God, everybody, I ain't had to do nothing.
I didn't know. I did not know that was you on the phone, my friend. If I didn't know that, I was just kidding with Julius. I always invite him in. I told Julius, I look for you to come in Kim Cafe so I can buy you chicken. You know, because you and our friends. Why are you acting that way towards me?
Okay, I guess it misunderstand. I guess Julius, he led you astray. But yeah, you said, shut up, Jamal. Julius said, put him out your house. Put him out your house. Julius said, and Julius invited, you got to go.
Yeah, but he didn't know that you was listening. He didn't know he was when you talking about put Jamal out.
Yeah. Y'all, something wrong with y'all. We got a show. We don't want to talk about Julius and you putting you out your house.
We got to find out what the problem is.
Jamal probably knows people move to
I'll say this. I'll say this out. Charlie is correct that, again, some places are paying salaries and some of them are not. And I'll share this observation that I made. Look at some of these corporations and some of these stores, how they used to be open longer time. But then what it is, they use COVID as a reason, bam, to cut back. But then guess what? They cut back, but then not doing anything to make it up, to make up for it. And so then it's like corporate America still trying to get as much profit out of it, but again, trying to get as much work out of the people, and in a smaller amount of time. And so it is absolutely insane, because I saw people, they're not talking about, like, they don't have anybody, but then guess what? I'm like, you're not paying the folks. And so that becomes a part of the issue. You got others right there, and folks not saying, I'm going to try to get with them. Like Charlie's saying, I'm trying to get with them, because the other people they're not going to pay me. And then also, other element too, and then they don't respect me either. I'm working here, but they don't respect me. In fact, we had a former intern and employee of our Black Media who discussed how they're working at a restaurant, and how a family restaurant, and the tips that they got, that I think the people said that they had to get like 40% of their tips. What? that 40%, like 25 to 40% of the tip, and that they had like, if it's like cash, they got a percentage. Then if it's like on the card, they got a percentage. And they were like, wait a minute, I'm working here. You only pay me $2 or something cents an hour. So now you're going to also take from me? Yeah. And
What
that this
restaurant
is
that was?
that's a restaurant up in the Atlanta metropolitan area. Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
take 40% of their tips.
Taking like, so they have like on the cash side, they get a percentage. They got a percentage for the cash. Then they got a percentage when you like when you do it on the credit card that they got out of. So, so I'm not calling no names. I'm not calling no names. But the person said they started not telling them how much they were getting the cash because they're like, shoot, they're gonna try to like take this right. If I got $25, you know, bam, they're taking almost half of what I got. So I tell them, oh, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no tips, especially when it was around the cash. Yeah.
That's why, Jewish, there's no one in some of the shops. I can see why, because that could be happening all over.
I don't want to say this because it's got to be only in certain restaurants,
but it's still happening.
Yeah, it's happening only in certain.
Yeah, because it was a family restaurant, so it's not one of the large corporate restaurants.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah, it's got to be like a family restaurant, and it's got to be. It ain't of this ethnicity because it's not. I can figure out.
It could be.
I can probably figure out what race the people are who owns it, and because that's not. You know, you don't pay nobody like that. You get them $2 an hour. You get them $2 and something an hour. Then their tips is what they make. Whatever they make on their tips is their money. They got to claim it.
Yeah,
you take 40% of it. They working for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it don't make. They not working so they can make money. They're working so they can pay you instead of working for themselves.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, we're gonna move on to our next subject.
Well, actually, the next one ties into the one we was on. But go ahead.
Why are so many new car washes going up? I don't know whether y'all paying any attention to it, but this is not just here. It's not just here in Chatham County. On my way to Atlanta, I see them. On the way to Florida, I see them. South Carolina. Why are new car washes popping up everywhere? Hell, they building one right in front of my subdivision right now. I'm wondering what the hell, and because it's already one a half mile down the street, and it's another one a half mile the other way, and they building a brand new one right in front of my subdivision.
Well, supply and demand, Julius. You keep in mind, you invest money in a car, and it costs you 30, 40, 50,000. You really want to take care of it, I assume. And it's a demand. And they want to get their car clean and keep it clean. Especially in Chatham County, we got pollen all over the place. Your car look green in the morning when you get up. So the demand is there, evidently. And a lot of the car washes are probably being people who create their own jobs. We talking about not the big, corporate type car wash and the smaller car wash. They're opening up as well because they don't have to pay tax dollars. If I give them a tip.
That's the car washes I was talking about, Charlie, the big corporate car washes. Not
but a lot of small ones are opening up too now. Mom and pop.
Not the little mom and pop ones. I ain't talking about them. I'm not concerned about them. I'm talking about those big ones. I mean, I'm a member of one that, we got our cars go through. You could go every day. It's $20 a month or something like that. $40 for 2 cars. And you could go every single day if you want to.
I think you say something pretty interesting just now. You say you're not concerned with the small ones. But to be honest with you, if any business can take $1 from what you do, whether they're big or little, they're your competition.
That's why I'm saying I'm not right. I'm not concerned.
That in mind.
When I say I'm not concerned with the small ones, I want the small ones to thrive.
Right.
You know, the mom and pops. If me and you go open a car wash on 37th and MLK.
Right.
You know, I want that to thrive. But I'm talking about these commercial car washes now. These big old car washes.
Like on Hunter Memorial.
They're going up like gas stations. You know?
Yeah, like on Hunter Memorial, it's one open up right near Fox and Wheat on right there. Make a lot of noise. You know what I'm talking about? At?
Which one?
It's right by Fox and Wheat on Hunter Memorial.
Yeah.
Help me out with the word. Y'all know what I'm talking about. At?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
It make a lot of noise, don't it, Jamal? It make a lot of noise.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I see so many of them, and then I was just privy to a conversation where, this guy, all they do is open businesses, and I'm sitting there listening, and they're saying that car washes is the thing, and I'm wondering how in the hell is car washes the thing? You know, Love's is buying everybody's car wash. You open it up, then they come and buy it. And there's something behind all this, Charlie. Believe me, it's something behind all this.
They just put a new one out on Abercorn next to J.C. Lewis. But near the Crystal Burger place, it's a new car wash there as well. You're right, Jew. I see where you're coming from now.
It's a way. It's so many of them going up. I ride, you know, because putting up these political signs and everything, and I'm riding all around. I see car washes on every corner, and I'm wondering how can they survive when it's like this like this one. It's one down here, half mile. It's one a half mile down this way, and then they putting one in red in front of a subdivision. I'm wondering how could they do that? You know, how can they all survive? That's like, but you know, if you look at it, it's somebody buying property and it's somebody buying land, and I don't know what it is, but look at the Dairy Queens. It's a Dairy Queen that I know should have been out of business on Highway 21. Should have been out of business.
Yeah.
Every time you pass there, there's nobody ever there.
Yeah.
How's it still open?
I wonder. I want to say nothing, whatever unpolitical, incorrect, or whatever things were. It could very well be a cleaning company. And I would just say that.
It's something wrong.
It could be a cleaning company. They clean equipment.
What you saying, Jamal?
Well, some business, there's some restaurants here that they don't have anybody there, and folks going to say, that's a front. That's a money laundering. Money laundering. That's again, there's money laundering going on, and that there's some restaurant people have gone to that along Hudson Memorial. Some people say, listen, that's a front. That's a money laundering front. So hey, when you see some of that, so you got to start thinking. You got to go beyond, you know, just that surface now. So, yeah.
Yeah, you know, we on the same sheet of music. I say it could be a cleaning business.
Right, right. That's what I know.
What I'm saying.
Because I don't understand. I'm trying to figure out how in the hell this place been here for 5 years and nobody ever goes to it. You might see one car go through and it got ice cream,
right?
You know, and you know, because I've gone to it, you know, before. And
I wonder if our viewing audience. Please, we need some input. Please ask us questions, make some suggestion across the screen. We asking your input. This show is for you. Trust me, we enjoy doing what we're doing, but we want to make you a part. So you can ask us questions and we'll see if we get an answer. Okay?
Next time you stop me, jump in front while I'm talking, I know I'm gonna come to that.
I thought you were still talking.
No, your hearing aid needs to be upgraded.
I don't
because I was still talking.
All right, then I'll be quiet. Go ahead and talk now.
Good evening, good point, Jamal. I feel the same way. That what Erica Taylor told Jamal. Yeah, he eating some Dairy Queen right now. Yep, no business at Dairy Queen for Terrell Dickinson right there. Terrell, you need to give me a call. Me and Mr. Brown looking for you.
We are.
give Mr. Brown or me a call. We're both trying to get in touch with you. Yeah, that restaurant has no business. And like Terrell, she lives in that vicinity, and she sees no business that restaurant. So it's got to be something going on. I don't know if they better check their records, because ain't no way they could say they made $100,000 that year. You know,
if they're in the cleaning business, they made more money than that. What are you talking about?
Now, I could say this. Now, they might have several businesses, and they're letting the other businesses keep that one afloat until it catch on or something. I don't know.
You know what Ivan Cohen just said? Money of being laundry dry.
Dry cleaned and some more stuff. Okay, Terrell says she'll give us a call later.
Okay, you got Dewey's number? If not, I'll give you my number. 912-398-3388. Please call us. I need to talk with you.
Yep, and anybody that want to stalk a bald head guy, then go ahead and
you can call that number.
Go ahead and stalk him. Get him and stalk him. All right. Okay. Did we go to a second commercial yet?
No, that's what I was about to say, but I ain't want.
Jamala, you could take us to another commercial.
Hello, I'm Richard Coleman, and I'm running for the office of Sheriff of Chatham County. And when I'm elected, I promise to inspect what I expect. Chatham County, it's time for a change, and that change is me, Richard Coleman.
Okay. And that segues right into our next subject, don't it? Upcoming elections. We got upcoming elections coming up. That's our fourth subject, upcoming elections. There are some big elections happening. We got a new, a good girl is so good.
Hey, all right.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, we are happy to see you.
Certainly.
I'm glad to be seen.
That's right, because a lot of people are being viewed too.
Yeah.
That's right.
How you feeling? You feeling good?
I got a little bit of energy today, so I said, let me come on and exert that energy with my boys for a minute.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. We appreciate you coming on, even being and not feeling well. All right. Our next subject. Let me see. Ivan said, I just got inspired going forward. He shall be known as Charlie Q Ball Brown. Ivan always got something for you. Well, we got upcoming elections. There are some major races out there this year during the presidential elections also. We have a bunch of House races to see who controls the House. And there are some Senate candidates, but not in Georgia this year. And they're up for grabs also. So we we just want to touch on a few of those. We got, I don't know where y'all want to start at. Whether y'all want to start the House with Buddy Carter and
I want to start. You know, this year, the county election, the general election, it's a partisan election. It's a lot of people know nonpartisan and what it means. Nonpartisan mean like the city election was a nonpartisan election. The county election and the president election is partisan election. Then their Democrats are running and Republicans are running. They both have primaries. So you have to be mindful. For instance, we have, I think, 3 people running as county coroner on the Democrat side, with the primaries in May, if I'm not mistaken, May 21. If I'm not, it's right in that area. Somebody might can let me know. And then there is a Republican running as well. So the Republican will probably go straight to the general because they don't have no one in the primary to run against them. There are judges running, and the judges is nonpartisan. All their races will be in the month of May. And whoever is elected for the judgeship, that means they will become judge, but they won't be sworn in into 2025. That's all I want to really say. Sandra, she want to say something about the election. She can. Or
please do not vote for the current DA. I think he should be out of office.
We can't do it that way. We try to be neutral.
Yeah, okay. Well, y'all don't work by opinion this time.
Yeah, we're not gonna we're not going there.
Okay. Well.
Anyway, we got some interesting races. We got some interesting races. And those races, Buddy Carter, for instance, he's going against Patty Hewitt.
I didn't know that.
That's a U.S. House seat. And so Buddy's up. So, all the House is up. I mean, all the seats in the House is up. But I
thought that Buddy was in Congress, though.
Yeah, it's the U.S. House.
Oh, okay.
And
no, that's the U.S. Senate.
Who is the Hewitt lady? Is she a Republican or Democrat?
She's a Democrat. It's the U.S. House and the U.S. Senate.
Okay.
Okay. Because Buddy really needs to be up out of there. I mean, but this place of Georgia, you know, just like a lot of these other southern states have been gerrymandered to death. And that's the only reason why it's been so hard to get him out of that seat, him and people like him, you know.
Right.
But I think that that if they come out in numbers and understand that, you know, the presidential seat means nothing if you don't have a Congress and a House that's working. So
that's correct.
And local. So
no, we can forget about local. Jamal.
Well, who's running against your cousin? For the county commission.
The chairman's seat.
Jamal, she asked who's running against your cousin.
We thought there were going to be some people running, but as it stands, we don't have anyone on the Democratic side running. There's somebody said they might run as an independent, but that remains to be seen with regards to that.
And there's a Republican, right?
And there's a Republican. So we all be looking at November turning out for the presidential election, that if our black media doesn't take sides, then they have no problem with Donald Trump, being represented on our black media. But I'll share this with you. There was a political pundit who contacted me today, and they asked a question about the chances with regards to the sheriff's race. That's what they asked me a question about. I said like this. I said, Johnny Welcher is a life member of the NAACP. I just want to put that on out there and say that so anybody to seat some of these incumbents, you got to put the work in. You got to work like Dr. Tanya Howard Hall does. You got to put the work in. You got to be out there. You got to press that flesh. Sometimes we think we're pressing the flesh and think we're pressing the flesh 25%. We still got that other 75% that we got to be pressing that flesh. So just to throw that out there. So I said to people, if you want to unseat some of these people, you're going to have to press that flesh.
I don't think he have anyone running against him in the Republican primary because he is a Republican.
Right.
And it's two Democrats are running. It's I think Richard Coleman and a gentleman named Burns, I think. Kelvin Burns?
Yeah.
Is that right?
But,
so they'll battle each other in the primary on May the 21st.
In order to beat John Welcher, they just like they said, you have to be doing something because John Welcher came into his seat honoring a lot of his promises, and he's nothing like any of the sheriffs
his predecessor
in the past, and I don't even know his name to be associated with, corruption the way the one in the past was.
Well, it's just going to be a whole lot of work. I don't know whether y'all realize it, that out of all the key top positions, that's the only position that has never been held by an African American. And it's a lot of work that has to go into it. I think it was Ivan Cohen says something that's Natalie say Welcher's a hard one to beat. I'm just saying Democrat or Republican. And he's put in a whole lot of work. You got some people that's running. We had Ricky Coleman on the Watchdogs the other day. And he has a great platform, and he has a lot of people backing him. So it'll just have to go down to November to see, but he has to get past Kevin Burns in May 21st.
That's a race, right?
Somebody, Ivan Cohen said, true that, Sandra. After he got swatted at Armstrong, Buddy Carter town halls became Eventbrite affair, and so that tells you he's unconnected. He don't want to see you. He's taking you for granted. How many times has Buddy Carter knocked on anybody's door?
None.
Because he doesn't have to, because he has big money behind him. And he's not going to even go into audiences where he feels like he will be challenged, or brought to the carpet on anything. So, but again, he doesn't feel like he has to answer to the people because they have the money and they have already purchased that seat.
Well, you got all the you got the how many more seats you got up other than the ones I'm talking about bigger seats. Ossoff and Whatnot, they're not running right now until I believe 2 years from now. But they say Buddy Carter is going to drop his seat and going to run for governor of Georgia. That's what the insiders tell me.
Oh, okay. Well, this is an insider's tip too. He'll never win.
Yeah, we need to be ready in case that happens, because and like I was telling the lady who's running against Buddy right now, I had a conversation with her the other day, and she got to make it understood to the voting public that Buddy is a threat to democracy. Buddy's a Trump supporter who backs January 6th. He's not anybody who isn't saying anything against them were with them. If you're not against them, then you are with them. And you have to tell the people this. And I was telling her, I know Charlie gonna get on me because I'm giving a bunch of free advice away, but I was telling her,
you're yelling on everything.
You gotta go and touch the people. You gotta go and shake hands. You gotta go and knock on doors. You gotta go and let people see your face, so people respect that and say, "Hey, she came to my house. He came to my house." They came and they talked to me. They shook my hand. But I guarantee you, none of those people have ever seen Buddy Carter. They've never shook his hand. He'll come to Oyster Rose, a big party, but he's not coming out and do anything for anybody. Although a lot of politicians say when they call him, he answers just like Johnny Wiltshire will answer your phone. They say Buddy Carter does the same thing, and that's how he keeps some of those politicians in check, because he answers their call, but he ain't getting them nothing big. Right. He's just answering the phone.
Yeah, but one of the reasons this conversation, we brought it up because a lot of people are sort of confused. They see the judges are running. They see politics. They see, different science school board people running this year because part of the school board are running. And what we're trying to do is just inform the people to let them know we have a primary that is going to happen in May. It will be a Republican primary. It will be a Democrat primary. And you need to get out and vote for the candidate, because if you don't vote, you don't really matter. So it's so important. If you like a candidate, listen to the platform, listen to what that person is saying, and you vote your conviction. That's how Charlie Brangan suggests you do.
And it's important that, especially when you're running against Buddy Carter, that you tie him to Trump. You have to, because it's hard beating him in the first place in those rural areas. He racks up all the votes in those rural areas. So if you can't motivate the people to tell them that this man is a threat to democracy, and that, like Ivan Cohen said, he didn't drink from cups. He didn't drink Trump's Kool-Aid he said Buddy Carter drank Trump's Kool-Aid by the jug, not from a Dixie.
And that's right. True.
And you got to tell people that this man is hand and foot with it. You have to tell people that.
I think Son was saying something important. The area's been Madden and Jerry, however you pronounce it, have been twisted, and that's to make it really difficult to beat, because what she stated, the way it's drawn, the area is drawn in his favor, really, to be honest with you.
Yep, it is. But it's gerrymandered so that he can win, so that he can have a better chance of winning. Anybody can be beaten if the work is put in and if you have enough money. You got to have three things to win these elections: a great candidate, a lot of money, or a great team. And you got to have a great candidate with one of the other two, or with both of the other two. You can win an election.
I'm gonna let Jamal say so, but I just want to say this: judges don't supposed to be party affiliate. That's why judges are nonpartisan. Judges don't supposed to be a Democrat nor Republican. So vote for the best judge. They can't promise you anything. You can just vote for the person who tell you they're going to be at work, they're going to judge fairly, and look at those individuals. Please, their election going to be over with in May. All the judges will be over with in May. They will not go to the general. It's just the sheriff, whoever got a Republican opposition, if you got a Democrat and got no Republican, it's over with. But your name still have to go on the ballot in the general election for formalities, because there could be people writing in or doing a lot of things. All we trying to do is so some of the voters who don't understand, everyone don't understand. If you do understand, I know you're saying Charlie Brown, why are you saying that? Well, you don't have to hear it. Please let the people who are uninformed, they know what's going on. Judges are no party affiliate. So vote for the best judge in May, and that race is over with.
Okay. We got a very interesting subject coming up. We're going to touch on this on the upcoming elections, and on the have some candidates come on also that will give you their platform. And, we'll have some come on for 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here, whatever they can give us so they can tell y'all their platforms. Jamal, you were saying something before?
I had a quick commercial I had needed to play.
Oh, yeah. Let's play that commercial.
Sitting on top of the world again. I got 1,000,000 miles on me. They want to see how far I go. The path was never paved with gold. Yeah, we worked and built this on our own. And can't nobody knock it if they tried. This is hustle personified. Look how we've been fighting to stay alive. So when we win, we will have pride. Do you know how much we have cried? How hard we had to fight. It feels so good. I got all my family by my side. Oh, black or if I try. Ha! Now we're sitting on top of the world again.
Her family's All Black Media.
That's right. That's our producer right there tonight, y'all. That's our producer. That's our engineer. She's in the back. Engineering all the things from Atlanta, Georgia. She's in Atlanta, Georgia, engineering all the things that we're doing right now. Everything y'all see up there on the screen, she's responsible for all of that. So
I saw Charlie Brown had his hands in the air. Charlie Brown had his hand. I'm like, okay, even Charlie Brown got moved.
Well, I got excited because some of the lyrics, I mean, I don't know where the video come from, but again, we need more content like that. It really inspired me. How many people it probably inspired out there listening to the show?
That was
Julius, you know something? We didn't discuss this. It's short and sweet. We pay taxes every year. We got a great tax commissioner. We do. And she got an opposition. And that opposition probably do a good job. But I'll tell you what, that tax commissioner we got now, Sonia Jackson, is doing a great job. It's not endorsement. We try not to endorse, but at the same time.
Sonia Jackson has really retooled that tax commissioner's office. She did everything she said she was going to do when she ran the first time.
Yeah.
Jamal, Giovanna won first place in a talent show recently, correct?
Yes, on Sunday night she won first place.
She won
$1,000. $1,000.
$1,000, and she
got. They're trying to kill her for
Wait. Who won $1,000? The lady was just singing?
Yes, Giovanna.
Mm-hmm. That's not the lady that was just singing. That's the engineer. That's the producer. That's Giovanna.
Oh, I didn't know that was her because I hadn't been to the headquarters in a while.
That's Javonna.
Okay. My God, I am totally impressed.
Yeah. She won first place in the talent show Sunday night. We got
night.
And she's going to be bringing a new show to this platform, hopefully this summer.
Wow. Death Row Records still signing people. Death Row Records are still signing people.
Yeah, a talent show that we hoping that she'll be bringing this summer.
Well, thanks for sharing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to go on to our next subject. Subject number, 5 or so, something like that?
Yeah, spring break, Orange Cross.
Y'all got a lot to say about this here. Sandra, I don't know where you at. Spring break and Orange Crush. Spring break is here and Orange Crush is there. We don't know where Orange Crush at. But the guy that had his name as the trademark for Orange Crush said that he's not affiliated with it because there's too much going on. And then Georgia passed this new law where they'll hold you responsible for something, even if you're not there and you're not a part of it.
That's
if
correct.
Your name is associated with it. And it's an unfair law that these people see. I tell you, if you don't put the right people in office, they'll do anything to you.
Good point.
Yep.
And you can't do nothing about it because you don't go out and vote. You can't complain. Like Charlie Brown said, if you don't vote, you don't count.
That's right.
So what say y'all?
One of the things is that the guy who owned the name, he contact Tybee officials to make sure, and he contact the state of Georgia. And the reason he did both of them, because Tybee is Tybee and Savannah Beach is Savannah Beach. And Savannah Beach is run by the state of Georgia. I don't know if you ever noticed when you go down to the beach, there are Georgia State Patrol always be right near the beach, on the beach, because the beach is actually, it's a state-run beach. A lot of people, Tybee do not run it. They police the city of Tybee. And what Tybee going to do, they're going to take away all the parking. There will be no parking, and they're going to turn the highway in from a double highway to a single road going in and a single road coming out. They're trying to discourage it.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
It's really not.
Go ahead, Jamal. You want to say something?
Well, I was going to say Tybee does police the beach because that's what happened in my incident, because it was Tybee police. So that belongs to the city of Tybee, and they are there, and that's when that woman called the police, and that's why they came up on me on the dune buggy. And
but it do come up under the state. The Savannah Beach come up under the state. It does. I'm saying Tybee can go on there, but if the state want to take over, they can come and take over the investigation. That's why you find the state patrols down there right near the beach. They don't be all over Tybee. They be right near the beach. Just check it out for real.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was just sharing, that Tybee, because that's why Tybee control. That's why alcohol and other stuff like that. That's why people get on them, because Tybee, they will go and deal with some of the drunks on Tybee. They get them citations. That's what and that's why it's on the beach, because that is Tybee is a municipality. So, but Orange Crush, one of the issues that going on too is that that again, you got other people here. You had a reporter from the Savannah Morning News. She reached out to a Savannah State Alumni Association to try to get some article, get some conversation with some of the people. And I went and shot her some names of the people who she really needed to be talking to with regards to the origins of Orange Crush, because it also goes to show how she wasn't clear about something. She wanted to know about the generations of participants at Orange Crush. And what you're looking at, this is, again, we have discussed this before and put out there. This is a classic example of Black folks spending money out there and want to go spend some money out there with people who are racist, a system that is racist. Whereas I tell folks, like we said, I know I put it out there before, if people want to come to Savannah, come to Chatham County, want to go to Tybee, buy your stuff from Black businesses in the city of Savannah or along the way, or in somewhere in Chatham County. Buy your stuff from there, then go out to Tybee. Don't spend your money with the people, because you're not showing how bad you are if you go and give racist people your money. That don't mean we like crazy. You know, I'm gonna prove something to them. Like, you ain't proving nothing.
People to take your money. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. It is.
Get your gas from Shepherd Food and Gas, gas and food. Go to Styles and Window and get your gas. Fill up there, and then going out there. Imagine that's the type of money that would be in the Black community.
Yeah.
Do like we used to do way back in the day when we couldn't go into these people establishments and eat and things like that. That's the reason why our parents packed coolers, and when we got on trains, we had the best fried chicken and sandwiches and all of that type of stuff. Charlie, you remember?
We invented tailgating.
We
if you want to know where
did.
tailgating come from, that's where it come from. Early morning, after you get up, when you go to a football game, or where you go, you open your trunk of your car, pull you a gallon of water out, wash your hands and stuff, and pull your food out the tail of the car. That's where tailgating comes.
That's right.
We started tailgating.
No.
So, I mean, but that's the problem with so many Black people. We want to force ourselves. They'll be following behind us in a store, a ritzy store, and we'll still, we'll be disrespected, but then we'll still insist, well, you can't take my money. Yes, they can take your money, but I wouldn't give it to them.
Right. All right, Sandra, 921 people that would like for you to sit still that are watching.
We got 920 people.
You don't see the number up in the corner? Your computer, you got a computer. You see a number
I don't really have a good computer.
Okay, can you see that number up in the corner where it say live and the time, and then it says how many people watching?
No, it don't show it on mine, Julius.
Oh, we gotta get you another computer then.
I'm fine. I just don't want you to come where I'm at all. Just stay where you at, and I'll stay where I'm at.
What you laughing at, Jamal?
Now, Jamal.
I was just laughing. Charlie, no.
Jamal, you and look at Terrell. Jamal, you invited. You can come anytime you want to, because if anybody know you're a fine American.
Hey, Ivan, don't you take me way back there, Ivan. Ivan said nothing like fried chicken sandwich, homemade, wrapped in wax paper.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I mean, that is correct.
You pour that hot sauce on that thing, boy.
Boy, that was the best sandwich ever.
That's good eating. And guess what? Nothing can stick to that paper. It'll slide off.
Yeah.
If you don't be careful, the sandwich will slide right off. Man, you talking about good eating?
These kids don't know nothing about that from what we experienced back in the day. Okay, here's a good subject that Orange Crush, y'all be careful going out there. They say it's 6 to 9 hours. If you go out there, it's going to be 6 to 9 hours before you can get back.
It's no parking, Julius. Please let them know they close up all the parking.
No parking.
No parking.
If you park somewhere, they're encouraging the residents to tow your car.
That's correct.
They're encouraging the residents to tow your car.
They do not want you down there.
It's really, and see, that's another thing where you don't vote, you don't count. Because see, they shouldn't be able to get away with this.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be able to
get away with it. When they have the beach bum festival right shortly after.
Yeah.
And Julius, can I ask you a question? Is Sonia a magician? Because I noticed she keep appearing and disappearing.
I don't know, but she needs to sit down.
I didn't know she was a magician.
The reason why I keep appearing and disappearing, y'all, is because I'm on a set schedule for my medication.
Oh,
and
okay.
but
you
I
need
can't
to clean. You need to
take my
clean that
medication
piano. You need to
without
clean that
eating.
dirty piano you got too.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the dust on it from here.
So,
Anyway.
so don't highlight what I am doing. Highlight the fact that I made it.
Yeah,
You're
we happy that you made
absolutely
it.
right, magician.
We happy that you made it, but there's 923 people watching you, and this is a show that you're doing, and we would like for you to sit still.
Joey, why don't you tell them how great I am? Tell the people, the 927 people, how great I am, please.
Charlie Brown is great. He's the greatest.
Oh man, I love it.
Everything.
And what you call me, the great one?
The great one.
Oh, I love it. People, please share, and let your friends know I'm on the air. Go ahead, Mr. Hall. I did respect you.
Now, this is a good subject here. We got about 30 minutes left, and we got three subjects left. Three subjects left. And I want y'all, Sandra, I don't know where you went. This is the subject that you need to be commenting on.
I'm right here. I'm right here. Hush.
Okay. Well,
I'm
sit
right
down,
here.
sit still, because they want your opinion on this here. Because see, Jamal, he waits until he's still a virgin. He's gonna wait till he's married. So the question that we got that somebody sent us was they thought that we should talk about how long you should have sex in sexual relations. What's the waiting period? How long for after you meet a person before you should say, the rule used to be 90 days. That's what the rule used to be. So what say you all? And before I say what I say, y'all can go ahead and do what y'all say. Charlie, you go first, then we'll have
my opinion is a lot of women, and I don't, because when a guy see a woman in a lot of cases, and especially if you up in age, when I say up in age, if you pass 35, going on 40 or something like that, and you see her and you want to take her out to dinner or lunch, you just want to get to know that person. You think you should make that person wait 3, 4, 5 months? And I don't think you should, in my opinion. I think if the person are very attracted to you and you can feel it, or romantic towards you, you can maybe on the second date or on the third date, you might can consummate something, because you're not getting any younger. So I'm saying for both parties, if I'm 35, 40, even 50, I'm not waiting on 90 days. Because it's not fair. 90 days is a long time to wait, get to know me better.
What's your number? You told us all that to tell us what's your number.
I told you you weren't listening. I say my number will be the first or second date. If the person is romanced, who really attracted to you, you can sense it or feel it. You don't have to wait 90 days.
On the first or the second date?
I didn't say the first. I thought I said I meant to say the second or the third.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what I was saying.
She gonna date you. She gonna date you every 30 days. Then.
Well, I mean, if we're asking when is the appropriate time for sex, then when is the appropriate time for a woman to be able to ask a man, "Hey, help me out"? Because see, that's the same thing to me. You don't know who you're getting, what you're getting, and I wouldn't even, in this climate these days, we had I don't know if y'all saw it on the news, but we had an engineer at NASA be arrested because he turned out that he's a serial rapist.
What?
Yes. And the thing is that with so many people dating online, meeting people online, you don't know what you are getting, and you don't want this person to snap, crackle, and pop after y'all are in, either you're in a situation where you can't get out of, a hotel room, your house. Please never invite a person that you don't really know to your home, because then you're putting yourself in jeopardy, you're putting your children in jeopardy, everything.
What kind of time? What kind of time you think it should be?
I still say
you like this person. You digging
right.
them. You going. You done went on 2 dates. He done took you and got your favorite that restaurant that you was telling us all about.
it takes at least 60 to 90 days for a person for you to really get to know a person and understand. I mean, you by 60 to 90 days, if he can't wait 60 to 90 days for you, he's not for you.
Okay,
that's a good standard.
Jamal.
All right. After reading Julius Hall's book, 30 seconds after I get their name.
Boy, you crazy. How long, Jamal? Repeat it again.
30 seconds after I get their name.
That's the best one I heard all week. That's a good one. I like that. That's a good one. I have to agree with you on that. That's a good one.
That's the
I
best.
read the book too.
That's the best answer he's ever given in 4 years.
That is a great answer. And Jamal, you probably press that 30 second. He can probably get away with 15 to 20, Soon as he said,
Actually, I had wanted to say 3 seconds, but then I said no.
Well, I think that if you're feeling a person and you don't want that person to get away,
right?
And you have to be able to have that degree of discernment. You have to be able to tell whether that person is sincere and you not just being in the heat of the moment. If that person is sincere with you and you feel it, like one of y'all was saying a minute ago, if you feeling that person.
Yeah.
There's certain people that can make you feel it in 30 seconds.
That's quick.
So, when you walk in the room, every woman in there is undressing you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to say that, do they want to let you get away? So they all jockeying on who, but the thing is, that's not what we're really talking about. You're really talking about that serious relationship where you meet this person and you think you want to spend the rest of your life with them. How long do you make them wait?
And that's what the question is about. And like you say, and a lot of times you meet a complete stranger. Now, that's a different. It just depends on the situation. Because if you've been knowing that person, like going to PTA meetings or just, across the room or see him in a cafe or something like that, you don't know him, but you do know him. And you ask him to go out and you date 2 or 3 or 4 times and you get pretty romantic. Well, I think you should go ahead,
I think 2 weeks is the tops that anybody.
Oh, coming from you, 2 weeks?
Yeah, I say the top.
Right.
The bottom is 30 seconds, like Jamal said.
Right.
But the tops is 2 weeks. If you don't know whether you want to experience a relationship with this person or not, a sexual relationship with that person or not, at 2 weeks, you don't need to be with that person. Because, sex is overrated. It's overrated. It's just sex. So you have to see whether you are mentally attached to that person, whether y'all are vibing, and then, hey, just use protection is all I could tell you.
Any response from the viewing audience? I like for them to pop some questions up. sharing the conversation. A lot of the lady viewers out there, I'm asking you to please share in. Gentlemen, you got some input. This is the time to get some chutzpah and respond, because we bringing these topics. We want y'all to be about what we are doing. And what did he say? I didn't go see what?
The hide and seek hotel. Something about checking in and getting a room. Sweat up the sheets.
My God.
I've recorded the special.
Javon,
you can take us to our last commercial break, and we'll be right back. Terrell said Javon is hot. Eh?
Wow. Wow. You saw it. Did you see that? You read that?
I read it.
Wow.
Somebody after Terrell, somebody, Kenneth White said, "Can we be friends?" Okay.
Wow.
Lord have mercy. Is this hookup Wednesday?
We might have a dating game on here. Or
I like that. That's a show, Sandra.
And she said, "No way, get lost."
I like that. I like that. Guess what I like? Hookup Wednesday. I like that. We need a show called Hookup Wednesday.
Hookup Wednesday. Okay. We got 2 subjects left.
Okay.
1.5 subjects. We ain't got but a few minutes, and Jamar is back. And Jamar, you've been getting people talking about you hot. I don't know what the hell they talking about.
That red shirt he got on.
The red shirt or the red hair?
The red shirt and the red hair.
They say I'm hot. They say I'm hot. Who say I'm hot? Who say I'm hot? Thank you, Terrell. Yeah, that's right, Terrell. Yes, thank you.
He's still a virgin.
Jamal, you know what Sandra say? We should call a show after this Hookup Wednesday. Hook up people.
The Trump Bible. Have y'all gotten y'all Trump Bible yet?
Oh boy.
And I'm on. This is so crazy. How you let Trump push off a Bible to you? $60 for the Bible. How you let Trump push off a Bible to you? This here says it better than anything right here. Right here. Christians warned us about the Antichrist for 2,000 years. And when he shows up, they buy a Bible from him.
Wow. Yeah. Joe, I know we talking about the Bible, but I noticed Vanessa, and she's a lawyer supporter, been for years. Her good friend Lou Gossip died last week, and I want to condolence to Lou Gossip family, and certainly to her, because she was just like family to him. So from Charlie Brown, the black media, we saying condolence to the family of Lou Gossip, and also to you, our friend Vanessa Taylor. And thank you for sharing our show and content. You know we love you. Now we can go back to Trump, but I wanted to take care of that, Jew.
Yeah, say the Bible compliments his sneakers. That's what Ivan said. But I don't know why anybody would want to buy a Bible from this guy. He don't need. He called 2 Corinthians 2 Corinthians.
Mm-hmm.
He don't even know how to say it. You could tell this man ain't never thought about picking up a Bible. He's faking with the people. And if you can't tell that this man's fake, anybody. I saw a shirt today that said, "Keep the immigrants, deport the Republicans." Because if you're supporting this man, then I personally like him because he had balls enough to challenge the system. The only thing that I agreed with him on was the border wall. But other than that, it wasn't nothing else that I liked about the man.
I think what's interesting and it's a sad day that he tried to give the Lord's Prayer and he didn't have a teleprompter and he couldn't get the words correct in the Lord's Prayer.
Couldn't even know.
Hey, yeah, it was on news.
Did you see this comment here? Pastor Small said Saturday he's surprised that Trump didn't catch on fire.
Yeah, that's a point. And that's sad.
Oh,
you're quite welcome too.
Yeah, man, it's crazy with Donald Trump. It's crazy.
It is.
Charlie, Jamal, I need you back 1 second. I have to answer the door, but y'all could talk about Trump and this Bible for 1 minute. Let me check.
I mean, you can give an input in because we hadn't seen you in a while.
He included some of the U.S. documents into the Bible.
That's blasphemy.
Yeah, I mean, what happened to separation of church and state?
Right.
And I don't know who the idiot was that told him that this would be a good thing, but
right.
The same people that give their hard-earned dollars to a supposedly billionaire is the same people that will be that'll buy this Bible. So.
And you're absolutely right. And what's very sad about the whole situation is that you should look at the Republican Party. I'm talking about the National. His daughter-in-law now running the party. If they don't see something wrong with that, I mean, that it's smell a rat all over. And this man is actually conning them and pimping them. When you say, I'm going to take the Bible, and then, like you just said, a lot of people didn't know that. And he put stuff in the Bible that shouldn't be in the Bible. That is considered blasphemy.
Well, the RNC only have they started off with $77 million in their thing, and now all they have left is I think 11 million.
Because he's siphoning it off.
Yeah. So I mean, how better to cipher it off all at one time than to send your daughter-in-law up in there?
Well, they're getting everything they deserve in the Republican Party.
They really are.
If they sit back, the ones who running for re-election who can't get no money now because it's all going to Trump. If they sit back and let him say, okay, well, all the money should go to me, I'm just going to come by and endorse you. And you're going to sit back and let that happen, then you don't need to be elected. I mean, everything that's happening should be happening. Let him do what he's doing. Let Biden knock him out the box and let the Republicans lose the House and the Senate.
Which they're going to, Julius. They're going.
I think they are too, because there's too many crazy people voting that are showing their support of this man who everybody knows is a tyrant.
And you know what's very sad too? he are testing the waters. He say when he win, he want to be a dictator for one day. That one day is just feeling the people out. He want to be a dictator, period. If you thought we had a hard time getting him out of office, now he lost. If he get back in, they will never get him out until he just actually die, whatever. I'm not saying no harm to no one, but you know what I'm saying. You have to tote him out of office. He'll die in office.
My question is, where's the black church fighting against Trump since the white church is all behind him? You got these people. That tells you about religion right there. That tells you about whether you're serving the same God. That tells you whether you're serving the same Jesus. That tells you whether you're reading the same thing in the Bible. Because if the black church isn't getting up and saying, okay, well, we got all these people who are racist, who are with Trump, and they're quoting the Bible as the reason why all these white evangelicals are there. Oh, that's Jamal saying, "Let him in." I'm sorry. That was you, Jamal?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So my problem is the black church is not saying anything. They're not talking the way that they should be talking. That's my problem with it.
Well, I mean, they're talking just about as much as the Democratic Party is talking, because the Democratic Party should be on every day, all day, with 24-hour reels going on about all of the things that is going on, but they're not. So, I mean, how can you expect the churches to do what a whole party is not doing, what the NAACP ain't doing? Yeah, I mean, I could go on, but y'all get it.
Well, I agree with you. Everybody got to do their part. And I don't think that he'll run again. We need to let him see whether he can get out of this court situation. Anybody else facing this type of court legal issues and criminal issues would be at 1%. This man is polling so good that it just shows you how bad the closet racists were just hiding and waiting for their savior to come out. And this is what happens. I understand the rich folks supporting Trump. I do, because he's good for their tax base. But I don't understand the poor country ones that live on Argyle Road over there off of 204. How could you support Trump? And I drive down there off of 204, and you see all the Trump flags and the Trump signs. Trump wouldn't even walk in your house. Trump wouldn't even shake your hand. Trump wouldn't even speak to you on the street. And you talking about you like Trump?
And guess what, Jew? I have disagreed with you for years. How long we been on the air? Over 5 years, you and I?
5 years.
And guess what? This is the first time I want the viewing audience to hear this. Not only I'm going to agree, I'm going to give you 5 A pluses. What you say, he will not shake your hand because Donald Trump is nice, nasty. He won't come in your house. He will have nothing to do with all the ones who say they'll vote for him and do whatever Trump wants them to do. And he have nothing to do with them. Joyce Hall, everything I've ever disagreed with you on, I still do disagree. But this is one I agree 100%. I mean it.
You.
I mean that.
I appreciate you.
You nail it tonight.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. You too kind. Okay, we're gonna go to our last. We got approximately 7 minutes left, less than that. Ivan Cohen said Trump is making history being on the campaign trail and the courtroom at the same time. Yeah. Our last thing is, think about this. Anybody, you got a minute and a half to say whatever you want to say. 1 minute and a half to say whatever you want to say. This is our new segment that we're going to do at the end of every show. We'll stop if it's 20 minutes before the end of the show. We'll stop. And this new segment called I Got Something to Say Before We Go. That's the name of this segment. I got something to say before we go. You got 2 minutes, but tonight you only got a minute and a half because we went too long. All right? Charlie, you first.
Okay, well, you're very kind. One of the things I like to say, I want to thank the viewing audience. Again, this show is for you. We want to bring you as much information, much content as possible, but we do need your input. We need you to type in, ask us questions, challenge us, make it happen because we love doing it for you. Black media, we want our Black people to be informed. If you happen to be white or any other nationality, we invite you to stay tuned. But Black media is for Black people to get a clear understanding about government or anything that's relating in the contemporary market. And I'm going to say this before I go. The grass always looks greener on the other side. Be sure if you move over there, you can pay the water bill. Thank you and good night. Oh, I'll be on Friday night. Julie, what's the name of the show I'll be on?
Incarceration to Incorporation, 6 p.m.
I will be on there with Marie Jones, a wonderful young lady I met and talked with. And I'm just excited. Excuse me?
You only got 1.5 minutes, okay?
Well, I was about closing it out. If you allow me to just finish it up, you interrupt me. I was just letting the people know I'll be on again to talk about mentorship and things of that and role models and things of that on Friday at 6 o'clock.
All right. Jamal.
Excuse me. I say, think about this. Think about why we don't love ourselves, why we don't love one another, why we don't respect one another, why we don't look out for one another, why we tend to look at other people being more important and more valuable than us. Why do we take care of other people as opposed to taking care of home? For any person who is basically human, you look out for those like you first. You look out for yourself first, then you expand it out. And so think about that and think about why we don't respect one another and why we try to destroy one another.
Sandra.
I have nothing.
Okay. I'm going to close it with everything starts with a thought. Learn to control your thoughts before they control you.
Wow.
Make every day better than the day before. It's on you to get you where you need to be. So work on you for you. And always, always. Pain builds walls. Healing builds doors. Stop watching how everybody else is living and lock in on you. Build you up. Get serious about what you want out of life. Playtime been over. Your direction is more important than your speed. A lot of people are going nowhere fast. You are under no obligation to be the same person you was a year ago, a month ago, or even 15 minutes ago. You have the right to grow. No apologies. All right. That's my thoughts for the day, for the week rather. And we appreciate y'all tuning in. And y'all share. Come again. And we'll see y'all tomorrow with Ebony Sports Reporters and Taking the Journey Together. And it's one other show. And then Friday, y'all don't forget to tune in for Mr. Brown with Incarceration to Incorporation at 6 p.m. Score Bigger Dating at 8:30 that night. You got and then you got Financial Sins at 1 p.m. on Friday also. So and Watchdogs on Saturday and Pastor Smalls on Saturday also. So y'all don't forget, we got some great shows, great information. We bring it to the people the way that they're supposed to have it. Okay. Good night.
Good night, Black Media.
Bye.
like to